Let's be real. The best time to get your money right was yesterday. The next best time is today. I know, I get it. I've been there. Credit card debt, bills piling up, and not taking those calls. I was making good money, but still living paycheck to paycheck. I didn't know what I didn't know. I was embarrassed and I was ashamed. Can you relate? But I have good news. You can take action today. It's not too late. Hi, I'm Dignity Coach MarieYolaine, and I am here to empower you to reclaim dignity in your finances. Hi, everybody. I have this friend. Her name is Josefina. We are great friends now, but we did not start out that way. When I first met her, we were in high school, and it was like orientation day. And I remember I'm sitting in one of the rows in the auditorium, and I look over to where she is, and there's like a bunch of people around her, and it's clear that she is the center of attention and and all the things. And I was like, okay. And at some point, she caught me looking over there, and I quickly looked away and was looking down at my books, minding my business. Later, she came over to me and she said, I know you want to be my friend. I was like, I do not want to be your friend. I don't even know you. She's like, I see you checking me out. We should be friends. I was like, again, just reading my book, minding my business. Let's go to lunch. Okay. Because we're on number 3 now. So we went to lunch, and true to what she said, we did become friends, right? And she was the type, though, that she was kind of straight, no chaser. I remember one time that there's this guy I was crushing on, and I mean for months. And he asked me out. I was over the moon. So I run to her. I'm like, Josefina, guess what? He asked me out. She looked at me and she was like, Maria Conchita Alonso. This was the name of her favorite actor that she called me all the time. I said, what? I don't like him. Why don't you? He's no bueno. I don't like him. I don't like him for you. I was like, what is there not to like? Have you seen him? He is fine. I don't like him. He's no bueno. That's all I'm going to say. I rolled my eyes and walked away. I was like, okay, sure. I still went out with him. 3 months later, we broke up because he was, as she said, no bueno. But I appreciated that she did not rub it in when I told her that he had broken my heart. A few months later, homecoming was coming up, and I bought this outfit that I was like, this is the one, right? And I was showing it to her, and it was polka dot shirt with the flowing palazzo, something, the flowing pants. And she was like, Maria Conchita, it's too many dots. I was like, what? Do you not first of all, the dot thing is in fashion. I don't care. It's too many dots, Maria Conchita. You are too many dots for me. I was like, you know what? I spent all my little high school part-time job money on this outfit, so I am going to wear it, and you're going to like it. Okay? All right, let's go. So we're walking across campus, walking across the yard to go to the football stadium. And I'm seeing people looking at me, and I'm like, I know. And as I keep walking, I'm looking at them more, and I'm realizing, okay, they're not looking at me like they think this looks great. They are kind of snickering. And I was like, all right, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go to one of the rooms in the psych building and figure this out. And we did. She's like, okay, we're going to go back to my house. You can keep the shirt. I will wear the pants and it will be fine. I was like, okay, whatever. So we did. And then we went back and the looks changed. And people were like, oh my gosh, the pants are flowing. The shirt is popping. I did not realize that I had OD'd. I'd overdotted. And again, she didn't rub my face in it. I was starting to think that she cared about me. She didn't always say no, though. Everything. It felt like that sometimes. When we were looking at colleges, I told her, listen, I've checked out all the forms and everything. I'm not going to be able to go. I can't afford it. She's like, Maria Conchita, you are going to college. You are going to fill out this form. I'm going to help you. You are going to college. Do you hear me? You are going to college. I was like, first of all, okay, take it down like 17 notches. And do you know, she sat down with me. We crunched those numbers. I filled out the applications. And I got Pell Grant after Pell Grant and student loans. And I was able to go to college and graduate. Josefina really cared about me. Even though when I first met her, I thought she was a lot. Sometimes there's a scripture in the Bible that says wounds from a friend can be trusted. So the fact that she would tell me the truth because she did not want to be a yes person really helped me to make some good decisions in my life. And even when I made some bad decisions, she brought me back around because there was space to fix those. The way I felt about Josefina is the same way you should feel about your budget and your finances. Your budget can be like Josefina, someone who cares about you, who will tell you the truth, maybe hurt your feelings, but hurt them in a good way so that you can fix whatever that they're bringing to your attention. So don't overdot like I did. Make sure that you have somebody like that in your life. So if you hate budgeting, and I can understand if you do, this training is for you today. And I want you to know up front, you're not lazy. You're not irresponsible. You are tired. Tired of fighting your money. Tired of making budgets that don't work for your life. You're overwhelmed. Your chest is tight. Been there. You make good money, but you don't know where it goes. You just want peace. I got you. Today, we're talking about why traditional budgets don't work and what you can do instead. So let's talk about what budgets feel like. I've heard my clients say it feels like it's punishment. It's always saying no, which is why I often don't want to do it. Most budgets focus on cutting, limiting, and as my clients would say, saying no. That does feel like punishment. And when something feels like punishment, you resist it. What if instead you had a shame-free spending flow budget that allowed for making money, saving money, investing money, giving money, and spending money? Would you like that? Would that decrease your stress? This shame-free spending flow is in our, how do I say this? It's in two places, technically. So the 4 keys to master your money without a budget you hate workshop happening this Saturday is the first place where you will be exposed to the 4 keys that really help you to take your money mindset, how you measure money, how you manage money, how you multiply money to bring that together. Because the truth of the matter is most people hate a budget. So I just need to put it out there on Front Street. But how would you like to master your money without a budget that you hate? This is what we talk about in the workshop. So let's talk about some statistics. 72% of adults report money as a major stress source because stress makes learning harder. When you are trying to put a budget together and you're thinking about all the numbers, and then you got to figure this out, and then there's the bills and all of this, it is enough to just make you throw it all up in the air and just walk away. You're already doing something that you may not know how to do. It may trigger you that you remember that nobody taught you how to do it. So you're bringing all of this burden, heavy energy to go do something that arguably is very important, and you need to have this skill. But the learning part is not something that you're enjoying. So this shame-free spending flow that I'm talking about, that we talk about in the workshop, and that we also actually put together in the Financial Liberation Bootcamp, that you would literally leave with 90 days, your strategy, your plan. This will decrease your stress. And it'll also make learning fun again when we didn't have to worry about tests and A's, B's, C's, D's, E's, and F's. You'll go at your own pace, and you'll be in a community and with people who are also going through the same thing that you are, so you will not feel that you're by yourself. So basically, you go to focusfire.life/master your money. You can register, and it's free. So you have no excuses to get your money right. So statistic number 2, financial stress is linked to anxiety and poor sleep. So your body feels money pressure. So am I talking to you? Are you having trouble sleeping? Do you wake up thinking about money, think about money all day, then you go to sleep thinking about money because you don't have enough, you're trying to figure out how to pay your bills, you're in debt, and you're like, I'm already working 2 jobs, or you're a 6-figure earner and you're making money, but you're not exactly sure where the heck it goes. And you feel like at the end of the month, you have more month than you have money. So making more money is never the solution, to be honest. It is the mindset that you have. Because if you have a bag that has holes in it and you're pouring sand and the sand is going through the holes, pouring more sand will not fill up the bag. It's just more sand leaving the bag. So everything starts and ends here. What is our mindset? What is your mindset about money? What do you believe about money? What did you learn about money? Because whether you know it or not, you do have a belief system about money, and it is the filter that you are using currently to make decisions. That's just the truth. And then it shows up in your body, whether that's as stress, anxiety, not being able to sleep. I used to get headaches, back aches, neck aches. All of this attributed to being stressed out about money. Because what we don't deal with, our body has to deal with it. And I don't want that for you. Statistic number 3. Studies show systems based on alignment last longer than systems based on restriction. I need to say that again. Studies show that systems based on alignment last longer than systems based on restriction. You need sustainability, not pressure. So if the system you set is like this, you're going to be like this. That's how your life is going to be. This is stress. But if it's an alignment and you've set up systems, for example, auto pay, one of my favorite friends. There used to be a time where I was in my account every single day, paying bills every single day, remembering which bills I had to pay today, robbing Peter to pay Paul, moving money from here to there. Now, literally 99% of my bills on auto pay, going to one card, and then I pay that card. And that's it. Not only has my stress decreased, my credit score has increased. So it's a sustainable system that I check, not forget, set it and check it, not set it and forget it. And our goal here is not perfection, it's progress. That's why we practice. We practice to make progress. And this, again, decreases our pressure. And that's what we want, decreased pressure. So, is your budget doing that for you right now? This is another reason to come to 4 Keys to Master Your Money without a budget that you hate and get your shame-free spending flow and understanding that you do not have to live like this. So let's talk about restriction versus alignment. Restriction says you can't. Period, full stop. No negotiation. Alignment actually asks a question. Does this match the life I want? Is this purchase, does this budget reflect the life that I want? Because once you have that information, it actually helps you to make better decisions, as opposed to, I don't know if this bill is going to go through or if this is going to get paid. That is a setup for stress. Asking better questions, you'll get better answers and make better plans. Restrictions burn you out. Alignment builds consistency. That's why I said set it and check it. Practice makes progress. So let's talk about 3 actions that you can employ right now, as you are watching this. Action number 1, stop using punishment language. Instead of, I can't spend, I don't have enough, this will never work, so I can't spend. Say instead, I'm choosing what matters most. I'm going to be your friend and tell you the truth. Everything can't be number 1. That's why you have priorities. If there's 10 things you're trying to buy and you can't buy all of them, then you must choose one of them. This is how you're telling the truth to yourself. Because at any given point, the first person we break the promises to is ourselves. And when we break it to ourselves, it is much easier to go break those promises to other people, especially as it relates to finances. What matters most will put you on a path to making good decisions. Say it with me. I'm choosing what matters most. Action number 2. Create 3 priority spending areas. And we just said what matters most, right? So what matters to you? Security, growth, joy. If it's security, perhaps you are putting away savings. Perhaps it's important for you to have 3 months, 6 months socked away just in case. And I also say this, usually you hear this advice for people who are contractors, entrepreneurs, business people, self-employed, etc. Side hustlers, you know what I'm talking about. But in these days and times, your job is not guaranteed. The days of working for 30 years and retiring, slowly coming to an end, if it has not already breathed its last breath and is kaput. So think about that. If security is what you want, what are you putting away to secure that? So that if you need to move, leave, you are laid off, what is your fallback? And a little bit every week, set it and check it. If you literally put $100 away every month, $50, start at $25, whatever that you're comfortable with. Set it up for auto as well so that you don't have to remember to do it. Security. Or is it growth? That might be that you want to purchase a 3-month, 6-month, 9-month, 1-year CD, certificate of deposit, that you want to put away, that when it matures, you would have received the interest. The most important thing to remember about that is that you have to put away money that you do not need in those next 3 months or 6 months or 9 months or a year, because they all have penalties if you remove them. So think about that. So it's the amount that you want to put away, number 1, and that you can put that away for that amount of time, and you're clear on what you're going to receive back as your gain, your interest. Wherever you bank, they should be able to tell you that information. Or is it joy? Do you want to save up for vacation? Do you want to save up for more self-care? I will tell you, for me this year, I definitely wanted joy. So I had my first facial, y'all, in January. It was amazing, followed by a massage. Because you know what? I work really hard. And I do not need to prove to anyone that I work really hard. I do not to learn. I don't need to learn how to work really hard. I am only working smarter. And smarter for me is balancing out my time and my work, because both of them bring me joy. I love what I do. I love coming here and providing you all with information that's going to make your life less stressful and make your stress decrease and make your income and your credit score increase. That's my jam. That brings me joy. But so does getting a massage. So if that is what you want, is self-care, create that line item on your shame-free spending flow and put self-care and put something away so that every month you're doing something for yourself. So let your money reflect that. Let your money decisions reflect that. Otherwise, you're only working to make money to pay bills. Notice how there's no life in there. There's no joy in there. There's no growth in there. There's no security in there. It is you who decides where the money goes. The money does not tell you where it's going to go. Once you reclaim that power, once you reclaim that authority, things start to change. Does it mean that you may have to take 2 steps back to go 10 steps forward? Absolutely. This work, once you decide that you're like, I'm done, I need for my relationship with money to change and I want peace with my finances, then that means you are going to now make different decisions. And I'm going to keep it super duper real. There are things you're going to do for yourself. Those things are going to be challenging, but you're the one who's making the decision. But there's some people that you're going to have to relocate in your life who may not have the same level of respect for money that you're going to gain. Whether you come to the workshop or start reading or follow me online, it doesn't matter. Trust me, there's going to be a crossroads where you're going to need to make a decision. And think about this. Do you want to be around people that reflect the life that you have now of stress, lack? Or do you want to be around people who are filled with joy and prosperity and abundance? I want to be around those people. Because at the very least, as my old pastor used to say, if God is blessing your neighbor, be happy. That means he's in your neighborhood, which means you got next. So understand that there's some work that you have to do. This is not going to be put in your hand. It's going to be put in your reach. So you need to reach for it to create and design the life that you deserve. Because I know you think about that life all the time. Action number 3. Build a flexible spending plan. This is what the shame-free spending flow that we talk about in the Master Your Money Without a Budget You Hate workshop. This spending flow does exactly that. It does allow you to spend. And as I say all the time, there are 5 things you're doing with your money. You're making it, you're saving it, you're investing it, you're giving it, and then you're spending it. Spend must be last. If you do spend second, it is highly unlikely that saving, investing, and giving will happen. So why not create a spending flow that allows you to spend? And not frivolously, not feeling guilt, but you budget it so that when you spend it, no harm, no foul, no guilt, no nothing. Just had a client come back from Puerto Rico, I believe he went. And he said he came back so happy and so at peace because he had budgeted for the trip, number 1. Number 2, he took a credit card that had the total amount of what he budgeted. So while he was spending, he knew that as soon as he came back, he paid off the card. How many of us have gone on a vacation and then we're still paying for that vacation 2-3 years later at $25 a month? You don't need to do that. Having a shame-free spending flow will end that for you. So I encourage you, come to the Master Your Money, the 4 keys to master your money without a budget you hate. You will get all of this. So again, a flexible spending plan. Not strict, not perfect, just aware. And then you'll check it weekly and adjust as needed. Then get into a community. Get with people who are going to hold you accountable, who care about you, who want you to have the life that you dream of. Be around those people, not around the people who are completely the opposite of that. And I challenge you, take an inventory of where you are right now in your life. Are you surrounded by people who are lifting you up, who are challenging you to be a better person, who want the best for you? If you are, hold those people close. That's your tribe. But as my producer, Connie, says, your vibe attracts your tribe. So who you really are is what you've attracted. So you can say out of your mouth, you want one thing. But if it is not the same thing that is happening in your life, then that is what you really are putting out there. So if you are saying that you want to have abundance and you want to have income and you want to make impact, but you don't speak, you don't hang around with people who are doing all of the things you want to do, you are with people who are stuck, who are not making any movement. Guess what you are? Stuck and not making any movement. And I know it's hard. It is almost always easier to talk about the thing you're going to do than do the thing that you're supposed to do. But I promise you, the very thing that you won't do is the very thing you must do if you want real change to happen in your life. You heard it here first. You don't need a restrictive budget that you hate. You need a shame-free spending flow budget system that you love, that reflects and respects your life, like my friend Josefina did for me. If you're ready to build a system that works for you, not against you, I invite you. Register for my 4 Keys to Master Your Money Without a Budget You Hate. Inside, you'll learn the 4M framework of how to change your money mindset, your money story, and create your new relationship with money. How to measure without obsession, how to manage without restriction, and how to multiply without fear. It's time, y'all. It really is. The quality of your life improves so much when you address money because it's everywhere. You can't leave your house without spending it. You can't stay in your house without spending it. So dealing with it and getting it under control and mastering it affects every part of your life. It affects you emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, physically. All of this because of these little pieces of paper and these coins. So when you're ready, I'd love to support you. Remember, you are not bad with money. You are learning about money. This, I believe, is the true desire of your heart. And if you've forgotten it, I'm reminding you because I know I've been there. And I want you to know that what you desire, you deserve. I'm going to say it again. What you desire, you deserve. Registration is open. Head over to FocusFire, .life/master your money. Follow me on IG is FocusFire Life, and on Facebook is FocusFire, where I drop hints, tips, and resources, and to stay in the loop of what's going on with FocusFire. I want to thank you for choosing to give yourself grace today. Can I pray over you? I pray a new money mindset for you. I pray healing over you and your finances. I pray peace between you and your money. I pray overflow for you to meet not just your needs, but the needs of the people and the causes you care about. I speak financial blessings over you. The word says, beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in good health, just as your soul prospers. So go. I hope you receive these prayers over you. Go reclaim, restore, transform, and inspire. Remember, What you desire, you deserve. I'll see you next time on Dignity and Dollars Live. Have a wonderful day.